Principle number 4, the principle of harmony. Why do we have problems? Why do we struggle? Why can't we do things right? Why doesn't everything come out perfect instead of all the problems? Why, even with all the efforts, struggles, and the good intentions we place in this life and in our daily actions, we still don't have the peace and harmony, the tranquility and well-being that we so much long for? I am certain that you have asked yourself these questions more than once. The reasons are many, and in each case they are different. Even so, the fundamental reason is that we live outside the law. In a world of order, in a perfect universe, human beings have their place. You have your place, and your life is governed by laws and principles, even though you are not aware of them. Peace, balance, harmony, and well-being are the result of the application of the laws of life. No human being, no matter how capable or intelligent, will ever be able to achieve peace, balance, and harmony unless he consciously and subconsciously applies the blessed laws our common Creator has given us for the accomplishment of our life plan. One of these laws, and one of the most important principles that can produce such peace, tranquility, harmony, and well-being, is the fourth principle created by the cosmos to lighten the path for all good-natured human beings. Things go well when they proceed in unison. I repeat, the principle says, your actions will go well when they proceed and advance as a whole, together and harmoniously. Your goals will come to fruition much easier when you try to bring them through together in harmony. Things go well when they proceed as a group. Nowadays, this is one of the hardest principles to carry to fruition because of the times we live in. We can do it by putting this principle into practice, to place our life into harmony and reach the desired peace, happiness, and balance for the fulfillment of our cosmic plan. The first obstacle that comes to mind for the realization of this principle is to consider the education we have received. In a material world such as ours, our parents and educators have placed their effort in making us see the importance of money in our lives. They have placed excessive effort and emphasis on this part of the whole, to the detriment of the other parts that are as fundamental for our well-being as the material parts. Second, the education we received disagrees with one or another of the necessary factors needed for the fulfillment of our success and well-being. Our parents insisted in providing us with an education as physical individuals and also insisted we prepare for some profession. But if we observe our surroundings, we can see many people with high levels of economic, social, and professional positions who do not possess peace, harmony, or a sense of well-being. This you can attest to in your own life. It is true in mine and true for the people around us, differing only in degree. Let's take as an example a married man with 12 children who spends his time taking care of only 2 or 3 of them, hardly paying any attention to the rest, who could get sick for lack of care or perhaps even die. This would be a terrible disgrace for the family and cause an imbalance in the man who was not conscious of this realm of his family life. How can this person advance? If he only takes care of 2 or 3 out of his 12 children, doesn't this sound impossible? He can have 2 or 3 children well taken care of, and perhaps they will progress in life. But think of the sadness and conflicts of these 3 successful children when they observe their brothers dirty, hungry, and forgotten. How could there be peace, happiness, tranquility, and harmony in the life of this man and his 3 successful children? The education we have received from our parents is similar to the case of the married man with 12 children, because it has emphasized the importance of money and a profession, while totally ignoring the other factors necessary for a life with peace, harmony, tranquility, and well-being. The 4th principle states that things in your life go well when they march together as a group, referring specifically to the fact that you will do well if your 12 children advance together, if they are well taken care of, properly nourished, each according to their needs, and if all are advancing as a group. This is the 4th principle, the cosmic principle, in gathering of light for the individual liberation of man. My friend, inside your small world, you also have 12 children, 12 focuses of interest. But, regretfully, you are conscious of only a few, while the rest do not exist in your daily struggles. The rest are not present in your consciousness, so you can't tend to them, if at all. You give them part of your time. Here is one of the biggest reasons for the violation of this 4th principle, and thus of sorrow, of problems, and of the lack of the peace, happiness, and tranquility we mentioned earlier. Let's see what these 12 children are, these 12 focuses of interest within us. Get a piece of paper and pencil and draw a big circle on a sheet, as big as the sheet of paper. This circle represents your family and everything you are. This circle represents the whole of your interests, your life, and also the wheel of a carriage. Divide this circle into 4 parts, 2 diameters crossing through the middle point. Write myself in one of the 4 parts, which is where 4 of your favorite children are living, and of which you are not very aware of. In the second part, write down my family, where 4 more of your children are, and other important interests, and of which we are not very close to. In the third part, we will have a very important center of interest for your evolution. Here, write my fellow human beings. And in the fourth part, write down my world. Now observe carefully the whole of your life. It is made of yourself, your family, your fellow mates, and your world. It is a perfect sphere, a perfect circle divided into 4 parts. Now, from the center of the circle to the edge of the circumference, make a scale from 100, where the line crosses the circumference, to 0 in the center. Do the same for the 4 lines. Each radius will be divided into 10 parts, 10, 20, 30, and so forth until you reach 100, where it touches the circumference. All right, now let's work it out. Let's see. How do you rate yourself? Be impartial and objective. Be reasonable and fair. For on the account of these answers, most of your life will depend. From 0 to 100, if 100 you give full attention, harmonic and perfect, 0 being the minimum, the least attention you can give yourself. So, from 0 to 100, what kind of attention are you giving to yourself? What is it? 0, 10, 40, 70, or even 100? Draw a line on the number that you consider to be right for you. This is your reference point. Let's do the same regarding the attention that you place on your family, from 0 to 100. Also, mark the sections you indicated as fellow mates in the same way. You have graded your effort, how much you try in your dedication to yourself and to your fellow human beings. Now do the last part, the one you labeled my world, where your creator, your nature, your work, your society, and so forth are included. Now then, in each of the 4 sections, draw a curved line parallel to the circumference, and at the level you graded each section. Let's see now what kind of a drawing you come up with. Happiness, peace, harmony, and well-being should be represented by a perfect circle, so it can roll with little effort, and when it rolls, everything works out well. Now let's see what you have obtained in your analysis. Is it a perfect circle? Not quite, right? It could roll partially and then stop. Okay, all right, my friend, I think you understand. I see you're getting the idea of the 4th principle. Things go well when they march together, harmoniously. This does not mean that the focus of your interest has to be 100% in each of the parts of your life. It could be 20%. For example, draw a circle surrounding the 4 radiuses at the 20 level of the 4 sections you have been working with. Now, isn't this a perfect circle? A wheel that would have no trouble rolling? Isn't it a wheel that can produce harmony? Very well, I think you understand. I think you clearly see, at least in a graphic way, the reason why the 4th principle is one of the most important ones that rule human happiness. Things go well when they march together, harmoniously. What can we do to accomplish this? And which are the obstacles that are in our way? First, visualize in your mind for 49 days this drawing you made, when you wake up and when you go to bed, twice a day, every day. You must be relaxed for 5 minutes. Then shut your eyes and project the circle of your life onto your mental screen. Look at it in its 3 parts. The small circle at the 20 level you drew last, the other pseudo-circle, which is the representation of your life today and has trouble rolling, and the other at 100%. Visualize the 4 parts of your world, your family, your fellow human beings, and yourself, all rolling together. When you do this, breathe deeply and slowly. Wish from the deepest part of your heart that the pseudo-circle will adjust to form a perfect circle, allowing you to move closer to the fulfillment of your perfect harmony. The largest obstacle that you will find on your way to harmony and the fulfillment of the 4th principle will be your habits, what you are doing and what you are used to doing. You see, my friend, we are used to doing things our individual ways and dedicate time to the activities we prefer most. We have to admit that what we like is not always what is best for us and others close to our life stream. Therefore, we have to apply our duty on the one side and balance it with our preferred ways on the other side, allowing us to change the ways that are leading us into a life lacking in balance and harmony. These habits I refer to are the I have so much work to do, so many things undone in the house, family, appointments, etc. Right? You know the routine. These are the things that asphyxiate our lives. Everything is a pressure between us and our world. I don't have any time left to dedicate to my fellow human beings, nor to my family, and even less to myself. From morning to night I work. I come home tired, and I need quiet to clear my mind. I don't have time, and I don't feel like doing anything. You recognize these comments, don't you? The pressures for material things are overwhelming. This is one of the responses that one hears every day in relation to the wheel of harmony, the wheel of the fourth principle. And even though I know this is true, my friend, I also know that if you are able to wake up to the desire of balance, peace, tranquility, and harmony within your essence, you will be able to do it. You can have all the necessary strength to start eliminating the ways that lead you to be careless or being inactive toward those extremely important parts of your evolution. Unless, that is, you are satisfied with living with 9 of your children dying and only taking care of 3 during 90% of your time. But I consider that you are a sensible person, interested in your evolution, a person ready for this work and the effort required. Let's see what we can do to realize our own wheel of harmony. Let's see how we can change our habits. First, for 49 days, and every day at the end of the working day, you have to do a self-analysis, an impartial and conscientious analysis. You must honestly observe yourself. Ask yourself the same question every day at the end of your day. Where did I place my highest interest today? Where did I place most of my attention? And to what did I dedicate most of my time? Write them down. Have you given time for yourself, your family, your fellow beings, or to the world? At the end of each day, make for yourself a wheel of harmony for that day. A wheel per day, a circle divided into 4 parts, with a scale of 0 to 100. Evaluate yourself and consider the results of your drawing. Observe yourself during 49 days by analyzing yourself at the end of each day. To what have I dedicated today my time and my effort? Dear friend, if you carefully follow the instructions given in this first part of the 4th principle, you will get to know yourself much better. You will be aware of where you have been placing your time and efforts. By this method, you are going to be able to acknowledge the factors that influence your life and that hold you back from your peace, success, harmony, and tranquility, and from your development of this 4th principle. Remember, things go well when they move together as a group. What is the meaning of this? This means that after I spend the whole day working, overlooking my health, I could find myself in a hospital bed in a few days. The whole effort I put into my work will end up paying doctor bills and for medicine. We have to give proper attention to our mates, our children, parents, friends, and our own advancement. We are not an island. We cannot live alone. Not taking care of the world we live in, nor having a relationship with our Creator. We would not know anything regarding how our mind, spirit, and physical body works. How can we expect peace, harmony, and tranquility when we disregard so many aspects that are so important to us? My friend, we have all gone through this. You need your physical body and your balanced emotions healthy and vibrant. They are very important in life. They are the cause of creativity. A harmonious mind without conflicts and contradictions can be a marvelous instrument in the creation of everything you want A strong will and spirit that can control your mind, emotions, and body and balance them can give you command of your life, perfect relations with your wife and children, with these same people with whom you have been planting your seeds of cause and from whom you hope for a harvest of good fruit. You can achieve a better and more organized world and a radiant and balanced economy. You need all of these. You just cannot continue dedicating 90% of your efforts to such a limited part of yourself and your world. This is where the secret of harmony is, the secret of balance. By means of the daily analysis over 49 days and through the visualization of the Wheel of Harmony twice a day over 49 days, you will find out and become conscious of yourself and of where you are placing your efforts. Are you going to permit your ways to slowly destroy your life? Will you disregard the most important factors for your happiness and success? I know you will not. I well know that you are a careful and intelligent person. Even so, let me warn you, my friend, that this is not easy at all. No. We have done this ourselves, so we can tell you. If you have the will to do it, you can accomplish it. Prepare yourself for quite a bit of effort and work. You have to do it as if you were to prepare and plant a garden that will give you fruit for quite some time. But we guarantee that it is worth it to you in the end. It is worth doing. It is worth doing because it is the key to your success, the key to your harmony and happiness, the key to your well-being and the well-being of many other people who are part of your world. So start. This principle will help make your life much better. Well then, go to a bookstore and get yourself a thick binder and place in it 120 sheets of paper. Divide this binder into the above forementioned parts, each part having 30 pages. The first part will be titled Myself, the second, My Family, the third, My Fellow Human Beings, and the last of the four, My World. This binder will represent your reflections, your goal plans, and your action plans. Now, let's take the first part labeled Myself. Let's divide this part into 4 parts as well. The first is my physical body. The second, my strength to do and my emotions. The third part, the ideas to do it. And the fourth part, my spirit, my will to do it. As you can see, my friend, here we are saying that you are a physical body, an emotional body, a mental and a spiritual body. These 4 of your parts must be perfectly balanced and will require the maximum of your attention. If you are in harmony, if you are well, you can pay your full attention to your family, your work, your fellow human beings. But if you're not well, you're going to miss much of this in life. Now, do the analysis of your physical, emotional, and willpower habits. Ask yourself the following questions. Are my ways tending toward harmony in the physical part, which are my habits that harm me? Write them all down. What could I do to improve my physical health? Then go to the emotional part. What wears down my strength? What wears down my emotions? Anger, upsetting situations, jealousy, and so forth. What are my emotional ways that wear down my strength? What can I do? Which new ways can I improve my emotions? Let's now go to the mental part and ask yourself the same questions. Record and review your answers with interest and care, identifying which are negative thoughts that bother and hold you down? Which are positive thoughts that could form into new habits until a new mental equilibrium is accomplished? In the next section, let's cover spirituality and ask, what is my level of will? What can I do to develop a stronger will? Which are the habits that undermine my will? Under what conditions do I not express will? My friend, I'm going to share with you a secret that will help you reach a perfect equilibrium between your wanting, your knowing, your strength, and your doing. Stop doing all the things you like and start doing everything you dislike. Surprising, isn't it? This exercise will help you to develop your will by renouncing every physical, mental, and spiritual thing you like. It is the key to obtain a very strong will that allows you to reach harmony between your wanting, knowing, and doing. Now let's go to the section called My Family, and let's work in the same manner. Write down all your responsibilities to your parents, your brothers, sisters, your wife, and children. Record their names and ask yourself, are my habits with each of these persons building or maintaining harmony between us? Which new habits could I develop the strength of my will in order to improve our relations and comply with my responsibilities to these people? In the next section, relationships with your fellow human beings. Write down the names of every person you have contact with every day. Ask yourself the same questions as above, and work to make your adjustments. Now the section we call My World, divide this section into 4 parts. The first is my duty with nature. The second is my duty towards my fellow beings. The third is my duties toward my own activities. And the last, my duties to my Creator. Again, ask the same questions. Are my habits building harmony? Where do I have conflicts? What do I do that damages the harmony in my relations? Am I fulfilling my duties? What more can I do? What new habits could I develop to improve in all departments of my life? My friend, by asking yourself these questions and then analyzing the answers will allow you to set new goals and identify your purpose. From here, it is not difficult to define your life plan, the one purpose for your life. Record the things you have to do and classify them by their priority into urgent, important, and needed columns. Now you will have a more complete and clear picture of your life plan. Allow me to warn you, unless you do all the work described previously, and unless you have the courage to be impartial and subjective with yourself, you will not be ready to take care of yourself. Keep in mind that you are the center of this circle. Therefore, your answers must be honest and sincere in describing all your habits or ways that can disturb or take away the harmony from your life. And work most of all in the relationship between your will, your desires, your knowing, your mind, your emotions, and your physical body. You must accomplish control in self-discipline, self-correction of yourself, your emotions, and your mind. You are not your physical body. You are not your emotions. You are not your mind. You are not your thoughts. You are the life spirit that possesses the power and the will of its creator. This is the great key for yourself to become harmonized. Try it. Get yourself a drawing sheet with the following dimensions: 24 inches long, 18 inches wide. Draw in it at maximum size your wheel of harmony. First, divide the circle into 4 parts. That is, 4 radius lines starting from the center. Then on the part dedicated to yourself, draw 4 more radius lines, dividing it into 4 equal parts. 1 for your mind, 1 for your will, another for your mind and emotions, and the last one for your physical body. Do the same with the rest of the distributions on the rest of the circle. The 0 point is the center, and the circumference is 100. After you have structured your binder and have completed your analysis, after you have clarified clearly in your mind what are the things holding you back from reaching the light, once you have it quite clear about what it is that you have to do in each department of your life, and once you have it organized according to a scale of values from the most urgent to the most necessary, you will draw your own scale inside the circle. Then you will have a map, a guide, and a vision to meditate on every day, to visualize daily for many months of work. My dear friend, this is not made for the lazy, nor for those used to failure. This work is for the people who are awake to their reality, that have realized that their lives can be lost to them. Days seem to go by in less time than we can blink an eye. If one has a sick physical body, that person would lack the physical strength to do anything. Without emotional strength, there would not be enough courage to start new goals, nor carry through with previous ones. Under these conditions, the mind has trouble holding positive thoughts. It tends to dwell on the negative and help the suffering along. Then your consciousness tends to become dormant. My friend, days go by fast. This I can guarantee you. Your negative habits harm you just the same. I mean the habits that damage your life from the relations with your family, your work, your neighbors, and your friends. Every day they consolidate and crystallize even more within your system. And every day that passes, it becomes harder and harder to change them. Things go well when they march as a group. Remember, your goals will be fulfilled if you dedicate the same effort to all of them, and to each as well. It is not important if you do not reach the 100% mark. If you first harmonize them at 10, then at 20, 30, 40, and so on, but always in a way that can last, but together in harmony, peace, and balance. It is a matter of starting. First, correct the easiest habits to change. By doing this, you will learn, do you think you are ready? Yes, you are going to go through with this 4th principle. I foresee it, and think you will be able to carry it through. So I am going to give you a very important key to use in changing your habits. Relax. Shut your eyes and visualize yourself on your mental screen. Visualize one of your ways that you detest the most. Let's suppose that you are used to jumping in anger when furious. Visualize yourself on your mental screen with somebody talking to you, and that you are starting to get angry. Then visualize yourself shouting, screaming, and fighting. Feel this anger towards the person that is with you, that has caused this anger in you. Feel the violence. Watch yourself as you start calming down as a result of your will. Visualize on your mental screen the orders you are giving yourself. See your face muscles relaxing and starting to smile as you say you're sorry. Wish to do it. Wish it from the deepest part of your heart that this reaction of yours will change. Repeat this exercise for 7 days and do the same with each of your habits. Remember, always feel repulsed towards the habit you wish to change. Put your best effort into this desire from your soul to become the person that you are projecting onto your mental screen. See yourself being the calm and serene person instead of the person with the nasty habit you want to eradicate from your life. Do it in relation to your physical, mental, emotional, and will bodies, and then in relation to your spouse, your children, your work. You can, through this system, build a new you in harmony that will be born from the rubble of the individual you now are. My friend, you have traveled this road. We have been able to accomplish this too, so we know you will be able to do it also. We not only have done it, but are fulfilling our agreement with those who have preceded us by transmitting to you the same system of bringing your life into harmony. You have all possibilities open to you. No obstacle can delay your evolution towards the acquisition of this principle, towards peace and towards harmony, if you will it. Now then, what I have left to tell you, my friend, is the price. Yes, the price, for everything has a price. This is not a price in currency, but a formal promise on your part, the promise of an adult and mature person that has respect for his word. The promise is to transmit and teach this principle to the 7 people closest to you. Teach them the secrets of harmony through this 4th principle. Things go well when they march together. Among your goals, set this one up among the others you have already identified. The goal is to teach the wheel of harmony to 7 people of your liking, so then they can as well transmit the procedure to some other 7 people they choose. This way we will be creating a better world, a world in harmony, a world in light, the same world conceived by our common Creator. Thank you. My vibration will be with you, even though I do not know you. Each individual who makes an effort to carry through with the laws and principles is part of the cosmic plan, is with us, and is one of us. May you receive the blessings from our common Creator. May you receive the light, and may He provide you with courage and strength to start this important change in your life. Thank you.